Hey guys, so I just pulled up in this cute little town of Waxahachie, downtown Waxahachie. I'm getting my eyebrows microbladed today and I'm actually really excited. I found this girl who's doing the microblading for me through my friend Sameerah. She actually microbladed Sameerah's eyebrows in the past and she was having this Black Friday sale going on and the price was so good. I thought I would just jump on it and just finally get my eyebrows done. I've been wanting to do this for so long. So anyway, I'm gonna try to film as much of this as I can and kind of take you guys through this whole microblading journey with you guys, and hopefully if you're looking into microblading also, you can kind of get an idea of what it's like and also the recovery process and what results you can expect after like a few days. So she first started off by doing a consultation just to get an idea of what I'm looking for my eyebrows and the shape that I want. Then she takes this razor tool and just cleans up all of the areas around my brows by shaving off all of the extra baby hairs. And then she takes this rough buffing block to score the skin underneath my eyebrows. And this is just to scratch the upper layer of my skin so that when she applies the numbing cream, it will absorb a little bit better. And I'm not gonna lie, this part does hurt a little bit because she's actually scratching my skin, but it's like a 2 out of 10. And then on goes the numbing cream onto both eyebrows. So this actually stayed on for a few minutes before she wiped it off and continued on to the next step, which is mapping out my eyebrows. So as you guys can see, there's like a science behind this. She is mapping out my eyebrows based on what I told her when we first started, and also based on the structure of my face. Before moving on, she shows me what she mapped out just to make sure that I like the shape that she came up with. And in this particular case, they were a little bit too arched for me for my preference. I like my eyebrows a little bit on the straighter side just because I feel like it looks a little bit better with my Asian features. So you can see Jessica making the adjustments here. Then again, she shows me the new shape just to get my approval before we move on to actually microblading. So now that all of the prep is done, we're finally ready to move on to the microblading application. If you're unfamiliar or don't know what microblading is, it's a semi-permanent tattoo technique that uses a handheld tool with tiny needles and pigment to draw hair strokes to create the illusion of fuller eyebrows. So as you can see, Jessica is manually creating individual hair strokes to mimic the look of my natural brows. After creating the initial hair strokes, she then applies a generous amount of pigment all over my eyebrows so that it has a chance to seep into the new superficial cuts. And while that pigment sits, she then moves on to my other eyebrows and gets that going. We took a little break just to see the progress of just one pass, and it already looked so good. I was so excited at this point. So at this point, she's made a full pass of microbladed strokes onto my eyebrows, which really opened up my skin. So here she's applying a numbing gel, which is really going to absorb into my skin now that my skin is opened up so much more than it was initially. This really helped reduce the pain, so all of the strokes after this was like nothing compared to the first pass. Then from here on out, she's pretty much just going over my eyebrows a couple more times just to make sure all of the gaps are filled in and everything looks good. And that is pretty much it. So here is me taking a look at my eyebrows for the very first time and absolutely loving them. She's gonna clean me up a little bit and I am good to go. Okay, so I just got done with my appointment. I'm actually really happy with the way that my eyebrows turned out. I was really wanting like a more natural look for when I'm not wearing makeup. I didn't want it to look like I have like my eyebrows already done and then there's like no other makeup. And it turned out really well. So it's gonna be a lot darker now than it will be when it fades. And so I will have to come back for a follow-up appointment, which is understandable. So I ended up doing microblading instead of a combo, like microblading and shading, or like ombre shading, because again, I didn't want that kind of like line. I didn't want it to look like I have makeup on. So with these, it's like a micro strokes. It kind of just looks like my own hair. Again, I really like it. I think like the shape she did really well, and I think it matches my face. And what I like about these is that I can actually apply more makeup for like a more dramatic look if I want to go out or something like that, but I don't have to like do too much to it in the mornings, like every day when I'm wearing like natural makeup. I'll probably do like a brow gel and that would probably be it. But anyway, I just want to update you guys, let you guys see the results from one session and talk about the experience and how everything went. I was actually really nervous that it was going to hurt, and the pain from like 0 to 10, I would say is around like a 3. And to start, like the first pass she did on each eyebrow was like around a 3 or 4, and then she applied more numbing cream, and so that went down to like a 2. Like I was pretty comfortable. There were a couple strokes where, you know, it was like a little bit more of like a stinging than the other ones. Pain was very tolerable, and I'm sure in the future it'll be like even easier. So she did probably like 4 or 5 passes, and just filled in all the spaces. So the first pass was like probably the hardest because that was like the most strokes, and after that like she kind of was just filling in, so it wasn't terrible. Overall the procedure took, I want to say it was like 30 to 45 minutes, so it wasn't very long at all, and it was very comfortable. The bed I was laying on was very comfy, and she, like Jess, was like super sweet, so it made it go by really, really quickly. Anyway, I'm gonna update you guys on like how it heals. I'll let you guys see what it looks like once it's like healed and all that. But okay, I'm going to drive home now. It's a little bit far away from where I live, so I'm going to get on the road, and okay, I will see you guys in a little bit. Good morning, guys. So it is the day after I got my eyebrows microbladed, and I'm not gonna lie, getting ready this morning without having to do my eyebrows was so nice. I hate doing my eyebrows. It always takes me so long because like I always have to be precise, and it takes up, you know, a lot of attention on my face because it's pretty much like the frame of my face. So not having to do it this morning was so nice. And she says, you know, you can shower, just make sure you don't like saturate the eyebrows or anything like that. So I try to be as careful as I can with them. She says don't touch them or apply any makeup on them for about 3 weeks. So I pretty much just worked around them, tried to not get any makeup on them this morning. But yeah, other than that, other than being really cautious, it was like really nice and really easy to get my makeup done. I would say they are like 95% the way I want them, which is like really nice. I didn't expect them to look like this good the first time. So the whole premise with it is to get this done, you know, the first time, and then you apply more on your follow-up visits, and that's pretty much what we're gonna do. I made an appointment for February for a follow-up visit, and she's going to, you know, add more strokes and everything and fill it in a little bit more. So you can't just do that in one session, so you have to do like gradual sessions. She was telling me like the whole trick with microblading and doing it right is you don't want to go too deep. Like when you go too deep, that's when it starts to bleed underneath your skin and it turns blue, and then it just isn't as precise and looks nice. So you definitely want to just apply it on the first few layers of this epidermis and then go from there. I was really happy with Jessica. She was so knowledgeable. She was such a sweetheart also. So I'll leave her contact information, everything down in the description below in case you are in Texas and you want to go to her. I think she's also moving to Boston. She's gonna be going back and forth from like Dallas area to Boston. But that is pretty much it. I think I'm gonna end this video here just so I can get this video out and like I don't forget about it or anything like that. I'm gonna do another like follow-up video here in like maybe next couple of weeks or so, and just let you know like how they heal and the healing process and everything like that. But for this, it's just gonna be like the microblading session itself and like what to expect. Again, I am so happy with them. I think they look really nice. Oh, so she also told me, you know, they look a lot darker than they will be when they heal. And then she says over the next few days, they're going to get even darker. So that's just what you're gonna expect. They're eventually going to kind of flake off a little bit as they heal. I'll update you guys when that happens, but that's what she told me to expect in the next few days. Anyway, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and my microblading session. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to click on that subscribe button right there and hit that bell notification so you can see more videos like this. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!